on occasion, we introduce a Canadian song, and tonight we have another one for you. With Charlie Chamberlain handling the vocal chores, here's Garnet Boyd's Open the Book.
Life is just a story, like the written page, bound to one another, numbered by the day.
When he was very young and his dad was killed in a car accident, his dad was the chief of police. He had to go out and help support the rest of the family, so he took this job in the woods.
A story told.
And he sang, played the guitar to entertain the other men. And he was only a young man then, too. I don't know
he
how
was
old
only
he
9
was.
and 10.
Yeah.
And in those years, he was not old or big enough to handle the big axes, but when the trees would fall, he had a smaller axe that he would trim all the branches off. And he said many times, you know, there was many Irish men working in the woods, and this is where he picked up all this Irish twang and loved the Irish music.
Yeah, and that's why they call him the singing lumberjack.
Swinging the jig in Ireland, every Cayley down at McMuldoon. Old
He used to go down to the train station, play the guitar strum on it as much as he could, and sing songs, and the soldiers on the train used to throw him pennies.
And he'd bring all that money home to his mom.
Yeah, imagine, yeah, just a little boy.
He had a heart as big as outdoors.
Yeah.
We played wakes and weddings and at every fancy ball.
My wife here, I call her Jabel. I think she's the prettiest thing in Canada. Well, we were very much in love, and it's crazy, isn't it? I went down to St. John. I worked this winter in the woods, and she was working down at St. John at that time. So I wrote to her, and I says, Jabel, I says, I think you and I should get married. And I was only making $18 a month there in the woods, see? So she said, all right. So we went down, and I got married, and that was the first time I ever put on a necktie in my life.
In a rare interview recorded in 1970, Don Messer talked about his first encounter with Charlie.
Charlie sitting and strumming on an old beat-up guitar with 3 strings on it, I believe. He was entertaining the people in the car. So I got in touch with Charlie and arranged the next day to have an audition. Well, he's quite a sight to behold. He had on the lumberjack outfit, he had these gum boots on, and boy, oh boy. Right there and then I knew that I had found myself a vocalist.
Casey wore his brand new hat to Murphy's wake last night.
Charlie was the first of the group to join Don back in 1931. And everywhere they went, he was the most popular.
You could walk down the street, Don and Charlie and I, and some guy across the street wouldn't be, hi, Don, there's Don Messer. There's Charlie Chamberlain. You know, everybody just like that. I would recognize Charlie right off the bat, before anybody else.
I don't want to shout, but I had a hat when I came in, and I'll have a hat when I go out.
I guess my first recollection of Dad being famous was one time he flew into Montreal. We went to the airport to meet him. Well, we couldn't get near him. I mean, everybody wanted to shake Charlie Chamberlain's hand. But only then did I realize how he was loved.
And now we present...
It's the way down east music of Don Messer and his Islanders.
The Islanders made friends from coast to coast. They toured the country no less than 16 times with a brand of music that was unique.
Well, Charlie didn't know it, but he was gifted with a very, very fine voice.
Oh, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band.
He did go to a singing teacher, I think, for 2 lessons, and she tried to make him make the pear-shaped sounds, you know.
And she says, you're not shaping your mouth right. Well, she said, you do this. I says, that did it. I'll see you sometime. I never went back.
He didn't even know how good he was. He just wanted to lean back and sing. Duke and Messer would walk out on the stage. Out of the side of the stage would come this galloping horse, Charlie Chamberlain, and he could jump from a standing start right over Messer's head. Messer would just duck a little bit. Charlie flew over the other side, hit a chord in the guitar, and away they went.
That's where you gave
People used to see him on television, used to say, I feel like I know your father. And everybody liked him when the stories about him being a lumberjack and all were all true. You know, he was a pretty tough dude when he was a kid. And I think people relate to that.
You couldn't top old Charlie. I don't think there'll be any entertainer in Canada ever top Charlie Chamberlain.
People, I guess, buy me for what I am. Just a big, good-natured Charlie.
Let's take a look at your past and mine. Sure, and I wouldn't be romancing, I can always see you dancing while the Kerry pipers play. It's the shamrock you'll be wearing, and the shamrock you'll be sharing on the next St. Patrick's Day. Did your mother come from Ireland? For there's something in your eyes, and that big